Okay, so are you healing or are you hiding? We're going to talk about the difference between healthy boundaries and a trauma freeze. Now, have you ever wondered if the boundaries that you've worked so hard to build are actually healthy, or are they quietly becoming walls? What if what feels like peace is actually your nervous system shutting down? It can be hard to tell, but today we're exploring one of the most misunderstood questions in trauma healing. Are you actually setting healthy boundaries or are you hiding from the world? And I think I know because I've been here at times during my healing journey, right? I qualify for sure because the two experiences can look almost identical from the outside. You stop answering texts, you cancel plans, you enjoy your solitude. You're protecting your energy, you say no more often. From the outside, people are like, wow, good job, nice boundaries. But inside your body, it doesn't always feel like freedom. So that's a good question to ask. Are you experiencing freedom or are you experiencing fear? I'm Reverend Julie Haas. I am the founder of Faithfully Driven. I'm an interfaith minister, I'm a somatic trauma practitioner, and a nervous system educator. I brought myself back from the brink of death, quite honestly. I had complete autonomic nervous system failure. I survived an extremely coercive, controlling marriage that shut down my nervous system. So, the tools that I had to learn in order to save my own life, that's what I teach here. I help people understand the connection between the nervous system and attachment and relationships and healing. So, today I want to help you distinguish between this trauma driven freeze response and true embodied sovereignty because your body always knows the difference. Freeze can feel like peace. It's one of the biggest misconceptions in healing and believing that, hey, we're no longer in chaos, we must be healing. Not necessarily. Now, after years of betrayal, abuse, maybe emotional unpredictability, your nervous system learns one thing: the world is not safe. Eventually, it starts to shut down. You stop asking for connection, not because you don't want love, but because your body believes distance is survival. And this is what we call the freeze response in relationships. It is definitely not laziness, it's not weakness, it's not failure. It's an incredibly intelligent way that your nervous system has learned to survive. Your body conserves energy. It minimizes the risk. It avoids putting itself out there, in these vulnerable situations where you could get hurt. But the problem is that the nervous system often it can't distinguish between danger that happened years ago and an opportunity that's standing in front of you today that might actually be okay. So healthy boundaries feel very, very different. Healthy boundaries don't disconnect you from life. Like you're able to engage with life safely. A boundary isn't about avoiding people. It's not about hiding. It's about choosing how you want to participate. So it's not, oh, I will never trust anyone else ever again. And I went through that stage for years following my divorce. Definitely. But it's that shift to I trust myself and to recognize who gains access to me, who earns that access. Because healthy boundaries, they create that flexibility where trauma is like really rigid and there's very strict rules. And so it's like no one's getting in. Your walls are so high. Healthy boundaries, they leave room for intimacy because trauma convinces you that intimacy is extremely dangerous. And, one expands your life, the other quietly shrinks it. So audit your body instead of your thoughts. And that's what I invite you to do is, get out of the mental sort of figuring it out in your head. And I want you to come back in through the body. Your thoughts can rationalize almost anything. The body is much harder to fool. So instead of asking, am I healed? Ask your body these questions. Can I receive love without becoming suspicious? Can I rest without shutting down? Can I say no without guilt? Can I say yes without fear? Can I tolerate closeness without wanting to run? Can I tolerate distance without panicking? Can I recover without conflict? Recover after conflict? Or do I disappear emotionally? Those answers reveal far more than positive thinking ever will. And I want to leave you with this. What does sovereignty actually feel like, right? Because we've talked about a lot of the warning signs, but it's like, what does sovereignty actually feel like? Most people think sovereignty means not needing anyone. It's not. Sovereignty means remaining connected to yourself, whether you're alone or you're deeply connected to someone else. That is true sovereignty. So that you never abandon yourself to keep a relationship. You don't abandon relationships to protect yourself either, right? You stay rooted in your own truth. You can welcome connection, you can even survive disappointment. You can repair after conflict. You can leave if it's necessary. And most importantly, you no longer organize your entire life around avoiding pain. And that is sovereignty. That is freedom. So I'm going to introduce you to a quick, simple practice. The next time that you want to cancel plans, right? After let's say maybe you're trying to avoid a difficult conversation or you want to pull away from someone that you care about. Pause for a second. Don't ask, what should I do? Don't start going with the mental. Ask, what is my nervous system trying to protect me from? And then sit for a second. Sit with your body and notice, is your breathing shallow? How about your chest? Does your chest get tight? Are your shoulders lifted? Is your jaw clenched? Or do you feel relaxed and simply grounded, clear, peaceful? Pay attention because one is survival, the other is wisdom, and the body never lies. Learning to recognize the difference is probably one of the most important skills that you'll ever develop. So, again, healing isn't about becoming someone that's never triggered. Healing isn't about never needing anyone, right? Healing isn't about building walls so high that no one can ever hurt you again. And it's definitely about developing nervous system capacity to stay present with yourself. Even when life gets hard, we can do hard things. Healthy boundaries don't isolate you from the world, they allow you to meet the world without losing yourself. So, if this message resonated with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. When have you mistaken survival for healing? And if you're ready to learn about your attachment patterns and learn more about how your nervous system shapes your relationships, I want you to go and take my free attachment style assessment. The link is going to be below. And if this video helped you and you see yourself a little bit more with through the eyes of compassion, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone that needs this reminder. It helps me to get my message out to help more people. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, your body isn't working against you. It's been trying to protect you all along.